Welcome to Monday.
Howdy. What's happening?
Browns lost.
Yeah, I know. John's on the precipice of crickets.
Yeah, well, look at that.
If they win, if they don't go 8-0 the rest of the way, he's munching.
Yeah. That's gonna be, I'm looking forward to that. I got my car worked on today. Hey, last night, you know what I did?
What?
And you're probably gonna get mad at me, and a lot of people are mad at me online. I don't understand why. Bob Francis pissed at me, and
why?
But I did something apparently that was inconceivable and absolutely wrong.
Quit Facebook?
I did not do that. I'll tell you those stories momentarily. My wife and I yesterday spent too much money at Big Lots on items, and then we decorated our house last night for Christmas.
I saw that. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well.
Look, you know what? I have a different stance than I had last year on that, by the way. Last year, I gave you immense hell for that. This year, I'm just going to say you're using the month that I won't use.
Yeah.
To add to your time.
See?
I'm okay with it this year because I'm not going to put up so much as a Christmas candle. So, by all means, take my month, Seth, and use it for November.
Why would you not put up a Christmas candle?
I never do. I have, since my ex split, one time, I had a party over here in December, the first year I was single, and Stephanie, John Drake's wife, Stephanie, her friend was over here, and she got all over me about, how come you don't have any Christmas decorations? I was just like, look, I don't care, and the ex took all that shit, and I really don't give a shit. So she literally bought a tree, that you hang up on your mirror in your car, like an odor eater tree, whatever those are called.
Right.
And she decorated it to make it look like a Christmas tree. And that, to this day, 12 years later, is the only Christmas decoration I have in this house.
Wow.
I don't have any. I don't celebrate it, man. It's just another damn day to me.
Well, that's not the case, but certainly the birth of Christ is something to be celebrated.
Yeah, the birth of Christ was in April. It wasn't
whatever. But the day that we celebrate it happens to be on December 25th. And so it is what it is. It's, what we commonly gather together on, and we celebrate that day then. So whatever day you want to say it is, I don't give a fuck if it's in July. We picked December 25th. So anyways. Yes. We had a bunch of stuff all ready to begin with for Christmas and stuff.
I'm sure.
But then yesterday I decided, hey, I got this new credit card in the mail. Let's go heat it up a little bit because you got to put something on it and then pay for it, right, to help your credit. Right? That's what I've been told.
Oh yeah. So
I get in line, and next thing you know, I got like $175 worth of stuff at the end of the building. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do?
It's funny.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. We have literally, it looks like a forest in my house now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked at the video and the pictures that you had on your Facebook. I was like, what? Are you in the mall? Oh no, you're in your living room.
Yeah, that's my living room.
It looks like the mall.
Yeah. Well, we had an extra tree this year because we bought one for somebody, like a family member.
Right.
As a nice gesture, we just bought one for a family member, and because they needed one, their house got flooded or whatever. So we bought one, and that family member didn't want it. Denied our gift. And so we decided we're going to keep it and put it in the living room. So now we have one traditional red, green, blue, multicolored tree, and then one that's a little bit classier with the white lights and gold ornaments and all that kind of stuff. So it looks nice, a little forest of trees. Then I did something awesome. I went online and I bought a that's what Bob posted.
That's Bob's post.
Yeah. Here's a tree, and it's still in the shed because it's November. Kiss my ass. Somebody did post on it. That's not very nice, Bob. And it is. And then I bought a snowflake projector. So
is it that crying chick?
No, it's like the actual snowflakes.
Okay.
But I picture the snowflakes. Close, though. It could be in a couple of days, but I doubt it. But it was it's a projector with moving snowflakes now portrayed on my wall.
Oh,
which
nice.
I love. And I got to get another one of those because I need one for the other side of the living room too. So got that, which I thought was amazing. And lights for the mantle. We got like all these Santas to put up all over the place. Had to get a new mat for the outside the door because it was last year's Christmas mat, so we needed a new one. So we got one of those. And then I got the best thing ever because I got, my dog. My dog is my favorite thing that I own, and she's the best dog ever. So I bought a beagle bathroom set.
Okay.
So it's like a beagle dog with like a Santa hat on and everything, and then you put that around the toilet seat top, and then it's got the rest of the beagle body with green and red and presents and everything at the bottom, like as the mat on the ground. And then I got a Santa one for the other bathrooms.
Nice.
And so I went a little bit more overboard than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially since today it's like 70 degrees and sunny out. It's like,
not my house.
Real Christmassy.
But my wife actually said no to because I saw on Amazon, dude. Amazon's like the worst place for me to go because my card's like linked to the account, obviously.
Right, sure.
And so, I got Prime and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm ready to go, man, when it comes to buying stuff online. And my wife said no to the actual indoor snow machine that I was going to buy. Like, it was like $60. I don't know if it shoots out actual snow or if it shoots out like bubbles or whatever it is, but it said indoor snow machine.
That's all you need is all that sticky goo all over your house.
Yeah. Especially with a fake leg, dude. I know I'm going to fall and slip on some fake snow.
Right.
I hate real snow. Why do I want fake snow? But it would look like it would be fun to have inside the house. But I did not. The fake snow machine for indoors.
You really?
But I like having my stuff up. I'm ready to go for the holiday season.
Hey, you might as well buy it now. You might not be able to afford it in 2 months.
Well, and that's where I guess we have to get to eventually at some point today. But the reason why I actually decorated this early is because I need all the happiness that I could possibly get. Because there's no doubt in my mind that we are going to lose this election tomorrow night.
Well, then why worry about it?
I've come to the realization that maybe I'm not going to worry about it.
Just get yourself a gun or two and be ready.
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me. Like, you really need to arm up and start.
Yeah, I know. That's what I did. I did yesterday. Was cleaned my judge. Made sure it was good and fireable, just in case. Not that I plan on aiming it at anybody or anything, but should I have to, it's ready.
I just, I've heard a lot of people talking, and of course the election is tomorrow. The big news: the election is tomorrow, obviously.
Sure.
And I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, Trump's got a big lead, and this, that, and the other thing. Early voting's been great." Blah 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 blah. I mean, you have ABC who literally posted a scroll saying that Kamala won Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
So, if they're putting up scrolls or putting together scrolls saying that she won already, then what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? You think they're going to let this election go off fairly? You think they're honestly going to let Trump win? If he got the entire country to vote for him, they would find a way to rig it so that he's not going to win. I was texting with my cousin this morning about it, and she was all worried. And I was trying to be the voice of strength and say, no, don't worry, we're going to be all right. But no, I don't believe that at all. I think we are massively fucked. When you see ballot box being lit on fire, you have judges saying that illegals can be on voter rolls, when you have judges denying poll observers into the polls in certain areas, and you have literally the media already putting up scrolls of her winning states.
Yeah.
The most important swing state of them all, they have her winning and scrolling it on the bottom of the TV already. You know that we are screwed. And you can get, I know that there are people out there, like whether it's Matthew or you have family members of mine that are sitting there laughing at me going, you're full of shit. If you're not watching it, you're the ones full of shit. If you're not seeing it and you're not seeing these stories from all across the country talking about the media and the shit that these judges and everybody's pulling, then you're the problem. And you're the reason why they're going to get away with it.
Well, there's all kinds of you know me, I'm big X. I love X. And there's all kinds of different stuff out there on X for the like the ballot. Have you seen this where they're spelling Trump's name wrong on the on the ballots? It's TRIUMP, and that's one of them. And the other one is this. I don't know if you've seen this one. I just saw this one start today about some of the ballots have like a dot, an ink dot inside one of the boxes that you're supposed to check. And if you go and vote for Trump, let's just say you vote for Trump, but the Kamala box has an ink dot in it, they'll invalidate your vote. Because they don't know. They can't tell that the big X in the Trump is different than the dot that's in the box, so they just delete, so they'll invalidate your thing. I'm trying to find that real quick. I mean the steal is in. It's can they print enough ballots to actually steal it?
They can. I truly believe that they can.
Well, they've had months to get ready for it.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely ridiculous, but it's going on all over the place. I mean, it's not like one area. It's everywhere.
Like,
and this has been their plan.
Here's the box. See how this looks? So you got Trump and Vance, and then you got this box with this little dot.
Yeah.
And they're saying that if you voted on this ballot, you put a big old X in the Trump and it has a dot, it would be an invalid vote. And they'd throw it out. So you're supposed to look at your ballot real close, make sure there's no funny stuff on it, make sure all the names are spelled correctly.
Where's that ballot from?
Laurel County, wherever that is.
Because I've seen the ballot from like Ohio.
Yeah.
And it's done in alphabetical order. Trump is not at the top of that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Isn't there? There's one of the voting machines where Trump's not even on the, you have to click more to find Trump.
It might. I don't know.
There's one of those. I saw that too, where like they showed like all the people that are running for it, and Trump is under the read more list where you have to click to get him.
I'm at a loss for words because I really don't think that it's going to go well. Now, I mean, there's all kind of states that have already, I think, something like 7 or 8 states that have already filed lawsuits. The election hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And yet people are already contesting whether it's Trump. I think it's on both sides. I think it's Republicans and Democrats have already filed lawsuits for this election. So, I mean, we may not know dick tomorrow.
Tomorrow? We ain't going to know nothing for a month.
Unless it's a route beyond comprehension. You ain't going to know shit tomorrow night.
No, I'm not even going to watch it tomorrow because it's not going to be decided tomorrow. And even if it is, both sides are going to sue. So it doesn't matter. Dude.
I mean, I watched it the last time when he was running, 2020 or whatever. And I remember sitting there watching, hey, look, Trump's up in this state, that state, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Trump's up here, Trump's up there. I'm like, all right, sweet. I know I can go to bed now.
Yeah.
But as soon as you went to bed, all of a sudden polling places started closing, water main breaks in polling places.
Yeah, I know. All this
stuff
nonsense.
That's never happened in the history of voting happened.
Yeah.
People were kicked out of polling places. You had like barricades put over windows so you couldn't see inside. You had mysterious ballots just showing up. And then everybody's like, no, nothing to see here. Again, family members going, what are you talking about? That didn't happen. Well, yeah, it did. There's a story. No, it did not happen. If I tell you loud enough, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right.
If I make fun of you harder, it didn't happen.
Dude, I hate to add to the misery, but I'm going to here.
Hey.
The bigger play past the election steal itself is that if they do steal it, they're going to use the contesting of it to talk about misinformation and that is why the internet needs to be regulated now.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be the thing is, see, we let all this disinformation out there and it caused us X number of problems with the election this time. So we need to have government oversight. I'm telling you, that's what's coming out of this. I think that's bigger picture than the election itself. Is that this is their moment to silence the people, turn us into fucking slaves like the North Koreans. Just show up, fucking do your job, and eat your porridge.
And then Yeah, I guess the only upside to what could happen with this election if Trump does lose is that I'll be able to tell all these idiots, "Told you so." When
Well,
inflation goes through the roof again and communism starts setting in with price fixing and just free money to illegals and everything else, it'll be fine. I'll be able to say, I told you. I told you you were dumb."
well, this has to be no mercy time. If the election is indeed stolen, then we have to come at it as people that voted the other way, no matter what. No matter, even if Trump wins, I'll just say it the way I think. No matter who wins, we, the people, everybody watching this, everybody listening, etc., we need to hold whoever is put into that office to the highest standard we've ever held them to before. Fucking absolutely hold them to the standard. And if it's, let's say that Trump loses and Kamala wins, every cunt bag that voted for Kamala needs to hear it every time she fucks up. And they need to hear it, and they need to hate us. We need to beat it into them till they hate us so that they're afraid to announce who they're going to stand for, the way 90% of this country is right now. Dude, just an off conversation. So I had a conversation today with a person that I work with. I won't say in what capacity or whatever, but they are not somebody I would speak politically to at all. Okay? I mean, it's a true work related thing, and it's not a true friendship type thing, just a work related conversation. And this person was kind of hinting at me to wanting to talk about politics for some reason, because it's at the front of his mind,
right?
Type of a thing. But he didn't want to say what he believed right away. So I did, to ease the tension of it. I just said, well, I voted for Trump. That's what I said. I said, well, I voted for Trump, so I don't give a fuck what happens other than that. And instantly, this guy went off. And I mean went off on the Kamala hate. And this is not a guy that is one, like, if you met him in a million years, you'd never expect this person to be Team Trump.
Right.
And he lives in a very blue state. And he was telling me about how the blue people have wrecked his blue state. And I mean, it was like 35 minutes on what was supposed to be a 3-minute phone call, just hearing about how this dude is fearing for his life and he doesn't know if he can afford to move, but he knows he needs to move because these people are going to kill. They're going to kill in more ways than just ruining the economy. They're going to literally kill with the infestation of illegal aliens and everything else. And I was just like, whoa, didn't realize that was going on out there.
I hope he knows what's going to happen here in Ohio. I mean, if issue 1 passes, that's the same kind of shit that's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get this civilian review board or whatever it is to redraw all these maps so we become a blue state. You're going to see it happen. It's going to happen right in front of your eyes. And they've lied to you. They've told you that issue 1 will get rid of, if you say yes on issue 1, it gets rid of gerrymandering, when actually the first line of the actual language is it requires gerrymandering. I mean, they lie straight to your face, and people are dumb. I really think that's going to pass. I don't think Bernie Moreno is going to win, unfortunately. Love the guy, want to see him win, but I think that these hate ads that have been fucking everywhere
I hate
are going to destroy his campaign. I think we're going to have a massive bad Wednesday morning. I hate to say that, but it's just the truth. And the worst part about it is that I'm going to have to stop talking to people that I care about, because I don't want to hear the gloating. I don't want to hear the finally that dumb bastard is gone. I don't want to have to hear all that shit, because it's just going to make me mad. I'm going to end up punching somebody.
Well, you just have to be fiery with people. You have to attack. And believe me, I'm ready for that, because I know if Camel Toe wins, I'm going to have a lot of people that are in my world. I mean, dude, my whole world is full of right or left-leaning lunatics. And I know they're all going to be on me, and I'm going to be like, you know what? Fuck you! Really in their goddamn face, and let them know that I will punch them in the fucking mouth. I mean, it's got to be, you got to come at them full force from now on. We've played this game. We've been nice about it. It's time to stop being nice. I mean, it is time to stop being nice. It's got to be, fuck you. I hope you and your cunt candidate dies. That's the attitude that I'm taking Wednesday on. That just is. I'm sorry if that's too mean for people, but fuck it. I don't care. I'm done being nice. I'm done being friendly. Happy Chris is over. I'm going back to Angry Aiken.
And I don't blame you. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I don't know what I am. I'm not. Am I angry, Seth? I think I'm more sad, Seth. I'm more like the Eeyore of the show here, dude. Like I'm depressed and sad over the way this country's gonna go. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I probably ain't got that much time left. I got one fucking leg, dude. I'm half in the grave as it is, if not more. And so but I am worried about this country for my daughter and my wife and her kids, and it makes me sad. It makes me really, really sad about the future of this country. It's gonna happen. I mean, it
might.
And then I mean, people will find out though. People will find out her lies. They will find out that she really does want to get rid of fracking. She doesn't give a fuck about being energy independent. She doesn't care about oil and gas cars and all that. She's gonna get rid of all of it. She's gonna absolutely get rid of all of it, which is a fucking bunch of bullshit. You can't survive this country on gas with no gas. Sorry. She's going to get rid of your guns. She's going to take them. She's going to do a mandatory buyback, and you're going to have to send your gun in.
There'll be no compliance. No compliance.
You'll get a little check in the mail. It won't be very much, but you'll get a little check, but you will have to give your gun back, or they're going to come for it.
They're going to have to come for it.
They'll find every registered gun owner in this country, and they will come for your guns.
They're going to have to come for them. And I hate to tell you, but they ain't coming after 100 million people.
Well, it'll be a lot easier to get rid of those than it will be to get rid of all the illegals. So,
they're going to have to get rid of those people, though. They're going to have to kill them to take the guns.
I doubt that. I think we saw what happened during COVID. That was their test run. Yeah. You know that COVID thing was a bunch of bullshit. I mean, the vaccine is worthless. And so COVID was their test run on how much they can control you.
I think COVID is less scary than taking their guns away from gun people. Gun people will not give up their guns. They won't.
Well,
I know you don't believe that. I know you, and I know some will. Most gun people, almost every gun person I know would truly die to keep their guns. I would. I will absolutely. I will absolutely have to be shot in the head to give up my guns. There's no other way they'll take them from me. No other way.
Well,
I may not show up here some Wednesday. My brains might be splattered all over the pillow because they come in overnight and try and get me.
You think they're going to let this show continue? You think they're going to let shows like Joe Rogan continue? I mean, luckily we're small potatoes, man, so they're going to have to find us with a microscope, dude. But I mean, the other shows, you think they're going to let those kind of shows go on anymore? You think they're going to let Joe Rogan have misinformation out there?
Yeah, believe me, dude.
The internet's going to be regulated, like you said.
I worry more about that than I do about Kamala or whatever, because, I mean, we always... And people forget this part of it. We always have the option of not complying. And I know that's scary, and I know being arrested is scary and all this other stuff, but there's always the option to just simply not comply. I did not comply during fucking COVID. I did not do it. I closed my place for like the first month because I honestly thought that it was real. But after the first month, I knew it was bullshit, and we opened back up. And I personally called the state police to see if they were going to arrest me or my guys. And if it was my guys, I was like going to stay closed. But when they said it was me, I was like, then open the fucking doors and I'll deal with it.
But see, the problem is, I don't know if you see or not, but the people that were arrested on January 6th, a lot of those people didn't do anything more than walk into the doors that were open for them.
Yeah.
And they're still sitting behind bars.
I get that.
I mean, I've talked to guys that are literally in prison. Said, Seth, I didn't do anything. I literally walked into the door that was open for me. And they are still...
Yeah, they got set up. They're
still sitting in jail.
But what I'm saying is right now we're facing it head on. There's no setting me up. I know what's going to happen if I don't comply, and I'm not going to comply. That's what I'm saying.
I mean... Do you see how they lie?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Like, did you see the Liz Cheney thing?
Yes. Mhm.
They literally said that Donald Trump said that she should be executed.
Yeah, and he
What
didn't.
he was saying was what he actually said. I don't have the quote sitting in front of me, but what he actually said was, "Hey, you like sending all of our young boys to war? You would never do that."
Yeah, and
Let's see how
something about
you
if you
feel
had
about
nine, if
having
you had
been
9 or 10 guns pointed at you, what would you do? Yeah,
right.
I heard he did not say go shoot Liz Cheney.
No, nothing even close.
I'll answer that if you want me to. I'm assuming you do since you put it up.
Yeah.
I if I misspoke on that, John, I'm not saying that COVID, the disease, was bullshit. I'm saying that the overwrought fear that it was going to kill everybody was bullshit. And yes, I did have it, and I did get hospitalized. And you know why I'm still here? Because I didn't comply. I didn't take the jab even after they tried to force feed it to me in the hospital. And I didn't take the vent that was killing everybody, even though they tried to do that to me when I was in the hospital. I had to sign paperwork in the hospital saying that my family couldn't sue the hospital.
And by the way, I will give no credit at all to Trump for the disaster how he handled
absolutely
COVID
not.
even a little bit. If there's one thing I hate about that guy is the way that he came out with this quote vaccine that ended up killing bunches of people, and
Yeah, it did.
people were forced to lose
And is
their
still
job.
killing people.
I mean,
Killing people in droves now.
they call fucking Trump Hitler. You had to have papers to go into a fucking restaurant in cities, dude. I mean, what that's Hitler. That's being a Nazi. When you have to provide papers to go eat somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I will call bullshit on the disease, dude. It's a disease. There are a lot of diseases out there. But you know what? Not as many people died as they said. There was a story about a guy that got killed on a motorcycle, dude. And then he died of COVID because he happened to have it or tested positive.
And cancer people and stuff. Yeah, people with stage 4 cancer and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I whatever.
I had it. Yes, it sucked. It wasn't great. I didn't feel good. I was tired a lot. I mean, it was no good. Okay, then I moved on. It sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, look, I ain't gonna make no bones about it. I almost did die. I was very, very close to dying.
I don't know if people remember back in the 80s, a lot of people had AIDS too, and we didn't make them, have papers going through a doorway to make sure that you didn't have AIDS, so you could go sit down and have dinner. I mean, people are fucking crazy.
Yeah, you didn't have to get your blood tested anytime you went to a restaurant.
No.
And then let's not even forget the magic of, well, if you're sitting down at a restaurant, it's okay, but if you stand up, you got a mask up because it's dangerous then. If you're sitting in the room, fine, but standing, no, put that mask on.
Right.
It's dangerous.
Go to the bathroom, you got to put the mask on.
Very dangerous.
Sitting at the table next to like 10 people. No, you're all right. Don't worry about it. You go to the gas station, you have to stand 6 feet apart from somebody.
Yeah.
Well, why not 5 feet? 5 feet, that virus will kill the shit out of you.
Why not 30 feet?
6 feet, you're okay.
Yeah. 6 feet, 1 inch, you're fine. 5 feet, 11, no.
You know how many gas stations I went into in the morning before I went to work? Oh, by the way, because I never got to miss a day because of that damn thing. And everybody had their masks around their chin. So
yeah, nobody
cared. They're talking. Nobody gave a fuck, and they didn't listen. They didn't get sick either. They were at the gas station the next day that I went.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole mask thing was dumb. What's funny is when I still see fucking idiots with them on in their cars. That cracks me the fuck up, and I still see them.
Yeah. I still see them, too. I remember sitting at work, and, of course, they tried to do the whole mask thing, even though none of the management was actually there. A bunch of pussies got to sit there and work from home while the rest of us had to go in. But you have to have your mask on when you're in the studio, Seth. Well, what do you mean I got to have the mask on? I'm sitting here by myself.
Yeah.
Seth, you got to wear the mask. Well, I'm going to the bathroom. Put the mask on, Seth. What? Fuck you. Mask. And then, of course, you walk around. All I had was a silly cloth mask on that didn't
I got
do
one
shit.
right here. If anybody wants it.
That helped.
Yeah, it's been sitting here since COVID. It's never been on.
Well, this episode just got canceled.
I don't give a fuck. By who? YouTube? Fuck YouTube.
Oh, man. But my point was that they tried their control back then.
Yeah.
That was the initial test to see how you would react. Now that Kamala's going to win, and she's going to go in there and because she lied about her policies. Her policies are basically Trump's policies that she ran on, that and killing babies. But when she gets into office and she starts to actually do what she wants to do, we're going to have no say in it. And you're going to comply like everybody else says that they weren't going to comply with the masks and everything else. You're going to sit there, you're going to put your little mask on, you're going to hand your guns over, and you're going to sit there and deal with it. Because that's what we do. We never stand up for ourselves. We should have a fucking civil war. We're not going to have it. We're going to sit there and take it. They tested us once. They found out they can do it. They're going to do it again, this time on a much bigger scale.
I don't think as many are going to comply as you think. I think the dry run did just the opposite effect. It made people realize what a bunch of shit it was, and people won't.
Who did it make you feel like? The 80 million Trump supporters, I agree with.
Yeah, well, but they're the ones that are armed. They're the ones that are armed and aren't going to comply.
Well, they will comply. They're not going to go out in the streets and start shooting people. They're not going to rise up. No, they won't. You might say the right are a bunch of idiots that don't do anything.
Well, they are, but again, you as a non-gun owner are not the guy that understands the guns will be the issue. Abortion, most people don't give a fuck. Truth be told, most people are like, if they need it, they give a fuck. If they've been through it, they give a fuck. But other than that, nobody gives a shit about that. And quite honestly, religion is pretty much the same way. Religious people are generally pussies. They only go to religion when their fucking world is falling apart. There's very few religious people when their life is good, so religion is not the real one either. But guns, people have the guns because they truly don't trust anybody. And taking the guns where you got to be bare naked in a hailstorm is not something people are willing to do. They're just not willing to be that unprotected. They're the people that have purchased the guns and have spent the time training on them and everything else. Those people are not willing to give up the gun. They're just not, and they will not.
Seth thinks 80 million is a low number. LOL. Look, I'm not saying it's a low number. What I am saying is you had a president in Biden who sat there and said, okay, your guns, we have tanks and planes.
You're right.
What are you going to do?
Die. Some hills are worth dying on.
I'm telling you, I don't think that hill many people are going to climb.
I think more than 2/3 of the people that are gun owners will. More than 2/3. People ain't giving them up, man. No way. There's just no possible way. If they do, then they should have never had a gun in the first place because they're too big of a pussy to own it. That's the whole reason you had guns, was to protect yourself from this. So if you're too big of a pussy to die for it, die for your right, then give them up, I guess. That's fucking being a pussy.
How about that? My dad has 10 guns since he's been hunting since 10 years old. He's never clinched them like he needs them for protection his entire life, though.
Neither have I. But I certainly ain't giving them up. I'm certainly not going to say, well, you guys can be armed and control me. Fuck you. That's what I would say to his dad. Fuck you. And somehow I don't think his dad would just willingly give them up either. Just because he's a pussy doesn't mean that his dad is.
Seth, literally every gun owner I'm friends with has said that there's no way they're giving them up. Not a chance.
That's what I'm saying.
I've heard a lot of people say that. I'm asking you what their response is going to be when the military or the National Guard, whoever, shows up at their fucking door and says, hand them over now or you're going to jail or worse. Again,
they'll catch fire is what'll happen. They'll be killed.
The Department of Defense has put out a mandate saying that it is okay for the military to fire upon its own citizens.
It's fine.
And this directive has come under the Biden-Harris administration.
What would you rather be? Dead? What would you rather be, Seth? Dead or a slave?
Who are you talking to?
You.
I'd rather be dead.
Same here. And so would every gun owner.
But
every gun owner will empty their guns and take a bullet in the head to not give up their guns. Every one of them.
It is really easy for you and I to sit here and say we'd rather be dead. And look, maybe I'm different. Maybe when they do come a knocking at the door, I have to comply because I think about the fact that I got a family that I don't want to leave. Maybe I think about the fact that I want to see my daughter continue to grow up, and
I'd
I
like
got
to
a
see
wife
all
that I
that
love,
too.
and so maybe a lot of people reconsider when push comes to shove. I
Maybe,
don't know.
maybe you're right. But you know what? You're going to be watching your daughter as a slave.
Oh, and I think that maybe it's a little bit exaggeration of what is going to
Why?
happen.
Why is that an exaggeration? If you give up any option you have to keep yourself and your family protected, like Biden said himself, we've got tanks and planes. Okay, well, the little thing that we have that obviously makes them afraid of us, you're going to give up? What are you going to go? Get a bag of rocks? Somebody comes after your daughter, you going to throw a rock at them?
Look, I'm not disagreeing
Pair of
with
scissors?
I agree with you, and I hope that many people stand up for the rights, and I hope, but they're not doing it already. If
They're not
voting
being challenged already.
They are. They're being challenged by Kamala Harris. You know that, and
No, she said it.
If
they haven't done
her,
it. This is what I'm saying. They've done it. They haven't done
vote for her. They are acknowledging the fact that they're willing to do it. They are acknowledging the fact that they're willing because they hate Donald Trump so much.
Mm-hmm.
They are accepting that we are going to put a communist into office that will take your guns, that will take your rights away from you.
Well,
they talk about Donald Trump taking rights away from women to kill babies. I hate to tell you, no, he didn't. He made it so that you can go to certain states and get an abortion if that's what you want to do. That's the way the country was designed as a republic. It's up to the states to decide. You have a choice where to live. Go for it. He didn't do anything.
I agree.
She is going to literally take your rights away. Free speech rights. Her vice president has said that he will take it away.
And again, this is where it comes. And I can only speak for me. And I know I'm a little bit radical because I've never been good with authority. But no, just simply no. I'm not going to now not say what I think because they tell me to. I'm not going to give up my weaponry because they tell me to. I'm not going to do those things. I'm just not going to do it.
Look, and I've said numerous times, I think that you're a different breed. I think, look, you don't have a wife sitting at home.
Thank God. I mean, yeah, you're right.
You have kids that are, grown and out of the house for the most part, right?
True. Yes.
So you are a different person than most Americans. Most Americans don't want to get shot in the face over their gun.
I don't either.
They have a wife and they have kids. They have a mom that wants to be there with them. I mean, you have all kind of. You're a different breed, I think. I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, I get it. I get it. I get that. I get most people are not as toughened as I am or hardened. And maybe it's the fact that I've been dead before, so I don't fear it. I don't know. I mean, that could very well be it with me, is that I really don't fear dying. I've already been there, and by the grace of God, I came back. But, I cannot live in a world where I have no control over myself. And if you're going to take control of me, then I don't want to be here anyway. And I think that overwhelming right now, it's a mystery as to how that would be. But if you wait till it actually happens, then it's too late. Then you're jailed. Then you are a prisoner in Auschwitz, just churning your wheels day after day, being hungry until they decide to fucking give you the Zyklon bath. And you think I'm kidding by saying that, but I'm not.
Look, I've been there too. I've been that one step away from not waking up, dude. I completely understand what you're saying. Look, I think I don't know if I would say that I'm prepared for it, but you do have a different understanding of it when you've gone through it. And so I understand what you're saying, but I also understand that the actions that I have affect my family and my friends,
of course,
and stuff like that. And I mean, who the fuck am I going to do a show with if you decide not to give up your gun?
John's around.
I mean,
John's around. He doesn't have a gun.
But my point is that there's a lot of things to consider. I mean, people lost their businesses for not complying with the government during COVID. Now, who knows where they're at, what they're doing these days to make money and everything. I mean, you have to. That's why I think that they tested everybody. And I think a lot of people will comply this time that didn't comply before because of what happened to them. It's a very slippery slope, man, but I think she's going to take a lot of rights away.
Well, she's going to try.
I mean, what's your prediction for Wednesday? I mean, other than the fact, if we didn't have all the litigation and everything that's obviously going to start on Wednesday morning, I mean, do you think that he has a shot of winning this thing?
I do. I still think that he's going to win. I base that on nothing, because the only thing I can base that on is the wing and a prayer that people, there's going to be enough oversight and enough extra eyes on everything to try and keep it somewhat straight. Try. We see all the corruption that's going on right now. And I honestly, and this will probably separate me from the audience, but I honestly think that the corruption is going on both sides. I think both sides are doing what they can to fucking steal their piece. I don't think that the Harris team is trying to steal and the Trump people are just thwarting it off. I think they're doing their part too. And that's neither here nor there. I'm thinking that Trump had 4 years of analyzing how he got fucked to try to figure it out, and I think he's going to figure it out. That is my guess. I don't know. I don't try to speak like I have any knowledge or I'm even a knowledgeable political pundit. I'm not. I'm just a dickhead. But I just can't. I see this dumb cunt on my TV and I can't fathom that 90 million people are going to be willing to admit that they will follow a dumb cunt in the next 4 years of their life.
I just think that
I just have problems with that.
But I think there are so many that are like that. Dude, look, you know how many houses I pass on a day-to-day basis with her name in her front yard? I mean, it's disgusting. It's horrible. Look, somebody just sent me a text saying there's a plane flying over that says Moreno's for Putin. I mean, they will do anything and everything to lie, cheat,
Of course
steal.
they will. Of course they will.
Even people as dumb as Matthew knows that Moreno is not for Putin, but they do it and they get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
They get away with the lies. They get away with saying that Trump threatened Liz Cheney with execution.
Yeah,
they get away with the absolute lies because people don't stick around for the corrections.
You're right, but that's why
it and they believe it.
That's why we as individuals need to make sure that our neighbors know that we are not going to comply. We are not going to make it safe. We are going to make it dangerous. If you fuck us again, we're going to make it dangerous for you. And our neighbors need to fear that a little bit. We've gotten into this world of complacency where we just accept everything that's told at us by the big stupid box that we all have in our living room. No, my neighbors need to know. I'm so happy to know that my neighbors are all armed up. I am so happy to know it because I know that also means that they have somewhat similar values, which means I know if it comes to this street, it's going to be a shootout. And I love that. I love knowing that. It ain't going to be just blindly, okay, here's my guns. Here, I'm now unarmed. And now you can come and just do whatever you want to me. Tie me up and rape me in the ass because you feel like it's the day to do it.
I don't like picking on Matthew but he's the only liberal that listens to the show. It's that simple. The non-loud minority all think Trump is an idiot, corrupt, and incompetent person.
As opposed to that brilliant scholar, Kamala Harris.
Right.
Stop it.
Kamala. And Biden, the guy that can't form a fucking sentence.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's sick or not. Can't even fucking stand up straight. But I mean, I got into an argument with another idiot. I know that he's going to piss me off at some point tonight when I read Facebook again because I commented on some of his posts. I'm friends with this guy. I don't even know why I'm friends with this guy. You know a guy named Bob Brown? I don't know. I think he might be in a band or something like that.
I don't know.
But he fucking sits there and he's saying all this stuff about Donald Trump and how horrible he is and this and that. I said, well, what did he do to fuck up the country the first 4 years that he was in president? You haven't given me anything. I said, crime is up under Biden. They tried to lie about it, but it came out that it's actually true that crime was up under Biden. I mean, illegal immigration through the roof under Biden. You can see that by facts that it was down underneath Donald Trump. You can see that he didn't destroy the fucking country, you morons. How is he an incompetent person? You survived the first 4, but they're so hateful and so, for whatever reason, they are so angry. And it's sad. It's a pathetic way of living.
Yeah, I agree.
That you're going to stand in the way of the country actually doing something great because of your hatred for one guy. That makes you a pathetic, sad little person. Look, I'll be the first one to say that if Kamala Harris came out and actually said, this is my idea for this is my idea for that, and gave me policies that I said, oh my God, that could actually work for this country. That would actually be great. Here's my idea on how to stop illegal immigration. Here it is. If she actually came out with policies, Democrat or not, if she came out with policies that would benefit this fucking country, I'd be in line to vote for her. But she's a mess. She's retarded, and she doesn't have a policy other than killing babies. I can't vote for that, and I don't understand why people will, other than their hatred for Donald Trump.
See, and I hate to, I'll admit this, and I probably shouldn't, but I have the same hatred right now for the Democratic Party. I have that same, and I'll admit it's an immature hatred, but I do have it. When I see the people that are surrounding the Democratic Party, when I see the AOCs and the squad and Booty Judge and that dude that from Pennsylvania that thinks he's a chick that's the health czar and these just weird fucking freaks, I get annoyed. I don't want to be represented by that. I just don't. I don't care what their fucking policy is. And I know that's as immature as the libs that hate Trump, but I don't care. I don't want to be represented by a fucking clown show. Simple as that. At least Trump looks like a human being and not a fucking pink-haired fucking I wish I was a woman twat bag.
Kamala isn't great, but she is an adult, a functional adult. She can barely put together words that make a sentence, Matthew. She blew her way to the top, literally. It's insult. I know Matthew just tries to trigger me, so I shouldn't let it happen. That's fine. I mean, somebody even said, Seth, you better just stay off Facebook the next couple of days. I should, because it's gonna get.
You really should. You should stay off.
It's gonna get so bad, and I'm
going to. I will not be on social media the next couple of days because I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. They're all fucking cunts. Everybody that I have a good friend that is on Facebook, but he is a hardcore fucking. Every other post right now, he's somebody that's in the music business, so I should know automatically that makes him a lefty.
Yeah.
But every post now, it's like every post used to be like, "Hey man, I could use some help with this band," or whatever, and you're happy to help them. Right now, every post is Donald Trump is a killer and he should be eliminated, and there's gonna be an insurrection number 2, and I mean just radical horse shit, and it's just like fuck you, dude. Unfollow, or I did not. What did I do? What is the thing you can do for 30 days?
Take a break.
Yeah, take a break. I just take a break till December because I just don't want to see your shit.
Yeah, I got like this guy I went to school with, and I remember him being a nice guy. I mean, to be honest, he wasn't a very memorable guy, but
yeah.
So I kind of remember him, but I know that he went because I looked at his profile, and so we were classmates. But he's not even a lefty. He is a conservative, but he's just a never Trumper. He's one of those fucking guys but then he starts talking about Republicans are getting abortions all the time and this, that, and I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I mean, again, are you just that stupid that you don't see what she's running on? Are you that dumb? You're just that blinded by hate, and that's what I don't like. I'm not blinded by hate. I just know Kamala's stupid. I mean, you listen to her. I've watched her for 3.5 years. Her own party hated her. Literally. Yeah. She couldn't get one vote in the primaries to be the president of the United States. Not one. And she didn't get a vote when they just inserted her into position of running. I mean, they were talking about back in March of getting rid of her as from the ticket. Getting rid of her from the ticket. Because she's that bad.
Yeah, she's
awful. They
awful.
thought she was going to hurt Biden's chances of actually winning the election. They were going to get rid of her. Newspapers, media outlets were all saying that she's so bad she's got to go. 2 months later, the guy can't handle his job. They put her in the position, and every media is sucking her tits, dude. It's unbelievable. She was worthless to every Democrat out there until she was running against Orange Man Bad, and now people like Matthew will suck her ass. How does that happen? They know that she's a moron.
She's not the Orange Man.
Nothing between her ears. Nothing. and I'm not the brightest bulb in the batch for goddamn sure, but I'm smarter than that cunt. Clearly, she is so terrible. Nobody in her party wanted her until it was against Orange Man Bad.
Clearly, Donald Trump is on par with the BTK killer and Dahmer,
yes.
because that is the way it's reacted to. And quite honestly, as much as I hate Kamala, if she had some kind of plan that was going to lower the grocery prices, I'd be fine with it.
Is that what I just said? If she actually had some plans,
if she had a plan, that's fine. But her and the stupidity of the people to hear her say certain things and read it as something other than it is. Like, she's every commercial, and I'm sure anybody that watches football got to see this stupid twat 400 times over the weekend.
Twat might be my favorite word that you say.
I love it. Well, she's a cunt, twat, whatever. I hate her. She, in her ad over and over and over again, kept going about, I'm going against price gouging. There's not price gouging going on.
No.
The grocery stores are not saying, well, now a turkey is $300. That is price gouging. When there's not a lot of gas and they raise the price of gas to $13 a gallon, that is price gouging. The rampant inflation is what's causing the prices to be raised. And her and fucking Mushbrain are the reason we have the rampant inflation because of their policies. She's saying, well, I'm going to stop price gouging. Well, there's nothing to stop.
Right.
Stop with the inflation, you stupid cunt bitch.
First, the Mensa woman there said price gauging because she doesn't.
Yeah, that too. Price gauging.
Somebody the other day was literally talking. No, I was talking to somebody today. Charlie, I think I was talking to Charlie, and he goes, I was talking to somebody about the economy, and they blame Trump for it. I mean, what? The inflation was caused by Biden. The Inflation Reduction Act that was supposed to reduce inflation did nothing but raise it. He spent more money and continues to spend more money, giving money to college students that don't deserve it. He's a maniac, and so is she. She said that she was the last in a room. She was a part of every big decision that was made. Now she wants to fix everything that was wrong.
Yeah.
You fucking broke it. Yeah. And now you want to fix it.
Yeah, she's...
Make any sense.
She's just a liar.
I got in an argument with this Bob guy on Facebook before he was telling me all these things that Trump did wrong. I said, okay, she wants to fix everything. That means that she fucked it up.
Yeah.
The past 3.5 years, she says, we need to fix everything that's happened in the past 4 years. Well, you're the one that did it. You're the one that fucked it up.
Yeah.
My God, dude.
It's
beyond frustrating. It really is.
It is.
And it's going to be quadruple come Wednesday. It really is. It's going to be quadruple because there's no doubt in my mind that this ain't going to go the way that it should.
Maybe we just do a whole show Wednesday like the bonus segment where we won't talk any politics. We'll just talk about porn and porn topics or whatever. Maybe that's the better plan. What do you think? You want to do that? We can just do 2 hours of...
Either that or I'm just not going to show up.
Yeah. No, we got to show up, but we do 2 hours of anything but politics. That would be good, actually.
Getting away with what we did on the last Wednesday show, I'm not sure about that. Oh, no. I mean, YouTube is fairly forgiving except for COVID talk and stuff like that, but there ain't no way that I think a lot of platforms would be happy with what we did on last.
You don't think? Yeah, we might get our first Rumble strike.
And we might get Rumble is as forgiving as they get, but even that, I'm not sure.
Wouldn't that be something if we did get a Rumble strike?
What happened to John Drake during that last Wednesday? I thought he was watching and then he wasn't or something. But we were talking some nasty shit.
Yeah, it got a little filthy.
A little filthy, yeah. So those are the kind of shows I like doing. I hate talking politics.
I do too. I'm not a political guy at all. I'm really not. I mean, for as much as I'll speak, I'm just reaction guy. Whatever you bring up, I'll talk on. But yeah, if I had my way, I'd never talk politics. I hate it.
I mean, I'm a politics guy because I care. I'm a politics guy because I want the country to succeed, and I don't like people that are against that. I don't like people that are against family values, even though I've lacked in my morals at times in my life, but I still have an idea of the way that I think a good person should be structured.
Sure.
And again, we are all people. We all fuck up. So it's tough to maintain that at times. And I'm as guilty as the next person. But I don't want our entire country falling apart because of the lack of family values, morals, or anything else. We are a country that's supposed to be held to a certain standard in this world. We always have been. I'm not saying we need to be the world's police. See? It was worth $5 on mine. Check it out. Matthew, even you can afford $5. I know you're a broke-ass liberal, but you can afford $5 to watch that shit. That shit's good.
He owns a business. He can afford $5.
We certainly aren't going to yell at you on that one. That was all vagina.
We won't be talking any politics.
No, vagina and drugs. Yeah. But I want this country to be the standard that it was. Not the world's police, like I was saying, but at least the standard of that's the country that we aspire to be if we're another nation. And we're not anymore. We are not that country anymore. We are a withering, crumbling cesspool of fucking depravity and just lack of common sense anymore. We do everything wrong. I mean,
we do everything based on feelings instead of facts.
That's just it. And I was going to just say that. You say it all the time. We do everything now based on feelings, not what should actually be done.
Yeah.
And I blame both sides, to be honest with you. I do. I blame both
I do too.
Republican and Democrats. That could be the best way to describe it.
That is it.
But I is it bad for me to want that back? Is it bad for me to want our country to be the one that's feared in the world, to be the one that's respected in the world?
It's not bad to want it. The problem is it ain't going to happen.
Countries laugh at us now.
Of course they do.
They laugh at our parades with guys wearing dog collars and chains, and we dedicate an entire month to it.
Dude, this whole thing...
Countries laugh at us.
This whole thing is our generation's fault.
I agree.
Because we raised our kids wrong. And now this is what you get. By being your kid's friend instead of being your kid's parent, this is what you get. A bunch of fucking pussies that don't have any responsibility. Everything needs to be accommodating to them. Nothing should have to be worked hard for. Everything should be given to them. If you hurt my feelings, then you should be banned.
Why is that? I even noticed that in my own house. I mean, me and my wife, we tried to be really good parents, but I noticed there was a lot of times where we're more friends than we are, parental. And I don't know where that came from. Is it the hatred that I have for my own family, or what does that happen? How did that happen?
Because it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, but again, we were the generation that were latchkey kids that came home after school. We didn't need, a parent there. We were kind of raised in a strong way. That Generation X was raised in a strong way to an extent. But how did we become so?
Because we got easy. Well, I'll tell you how. Because one, we stopped. And again, I'm not necessarily a proponent of this, but I'll just bring the answer. We stopped having the nuclear family, and not necessarily the husband, wife, 2 kids, dog, and a white picket fence part of it, but more the dad that works, mom that's at home that keeps the values straight. With the dad, wait till your father gets home. That mentality of you listen to your mom or else your dad was coming with a fucking belt that's going to whack your ass. Now it just got easier to say, well, I guess you remember on The Sopranos, you watched Sopranos, right?
Yeah.
Remember how Tony and Carmela raised Meadow and AJ?
Yes.
Where it was an absolute atrocity. Like Meadow trashed the mother's house with an ecstasy party. And they said, well, you're grounded from your credit card from 2 weeks. It's like, it was like that. That's a friend's. And then Tony's handing her money since she wouldn't have her credit card. That's what we ended up doing. It's easier than to fight. We didn't want to fight with our kids. We, as much as we didn't like it, and it did raise us well, but we didn't like it. So we went into our kids with I'm not going to do that to my kids. I hated when my dad did that to me. But you know what? In hindsight, our parents were right. They were right to not be our friends. I was never my mom or dad's friend. Not until I was an adult. Never. And God knows, like, little thing, like, does your kid cuss?
Yeah.
She cusses.
Yep.
If I would have said a cuss word, in fact, I did once when I was 10. I said, damn. I said, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And my dad hit me so goddamn hard that I had his handprint on my shoulder blade from him whacking me. He's like, what did you fucking say? You know, like he went crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like there was none of that. There was implied respect that you always had to have.
Yeah.
We gave that away.
And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to friends. I mean, look, I'm not saying my daughter's a fantastic kid. I mean,
sure. I'm not trying to hammer on your kid, by the way. I was just asking the question.
She does a lot of most everything right. I mean, she's really, as far as I know, anyways. Yeah. I know kids do things behind their backs and you don't know it, and they think they're smarter than you, but I have an idea what they're probably doing. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we allow this morning because we swear a lot. I mean, her first swear was absolutely hurt in the womb. I mean, so. But you're right. Back when I was a kid, I remember the first day that I said something bad around my dad, and I got the swat when I saw it, like it was like a half dollar piece. It was like a coin, and I had never seen one before. I said, "What the fuck is that?" And it just spewed out of my mouth. I didn't mean to do it. I mean, because you don't swear. I still to this day won't swear around my dad. And I mean, I have made the mistake when I'm just that angry, especially over politics. Mm-hmm. And then I still regret it afterwards going,
of course,
swear around my dad.
Yeah, I don't swear around my mom. I don't. I try not to. I know it weirds me out sometimes because my daughter does. Like, we'll be at like a Thanksgiving dinner or something. My daughter will say something like, oh, that was fucking terrible. Or something, you know, and I'll be like, whoa, you know. And who sounds more like an idiot hypocrite than me saying, hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, me, Mr. Fuck, you know, I sound like a total hypocrite, but yeah, dude, they're just things, man. I mean, you would never disrespect elders. And as much as that seems corny, there was a thing to that. If somebody was 5 years older than you, then they were Mr. So-and-so. Until they told you to call them Bill or whatever, they were Mr. Smith.
Dude, to this day, when I see people, I say, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, sir. Yesterday, a guy backed into my car, hit me.
Right.
And I got out of the car. He was an older gentleman. It was his fault. I mean, he backed right into the side of my car. And the first thing I did was get out. I went over to him. I put my arm around him because he was an older guy. And I said, are you okay, sir? And I mean, because I have respect for the generation. Sure. My daughter, she'll swear around me all day long. But she would never in a kabillion years swear around my dad or, you know, anybody like that because she knows better. And that's because of, you know, the way that we've raised her. But you're right. I think the nuclear family going away is a big problem in this country. There is nobody to teach right from wrong. There is nobody to say enough. You're not gonna do your hair like a fucking rainbow. You're gonna fucking sit there and you're gonna act appropriately. And this is the way it's going to be. No, you're not changing your name or your pronouns. You're a fucking girl. You're a fucking boy. Deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is none of that anymore.
No.
And it's destroying our country.
But and it's such little things, dude. It's like the littlest things that just seem foreign to most people now. Sitting around at the dinner table. I don't know anybody that does that anymore. Like every night they sit down at 6:00 and have dinner. I don't know anybody does that anymore. Nobody. And I can only speak for me, but I can tell you we never didn't have that. Like even if my dad wasn't home, like he was on business trip or something, we still had sitting in the living room and eating dinner while watching a movie was an absolute treat. That was a treat.
See, now I was raised more of the TV tray generation of we all sat together and we all ate together, but it was all TV trays in the living room watching TV or Jeopardy or some crap like that. Sure. Like today, now my daughter tends to want to eat earlier than we do, so but my wife and I, we'll sit at the table, but the TV's on. I mean, we're watching TV while we're sitting there.
Sure. But even that, back in our day, if you wanted to eat 2 hours earlier in your family, your mom or your dad would have said, nope, dinner's at blah, 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 whatever time. You know, dinner's at time. Don't ruin your appetite.
And
we're going to sit around and eat. And and again, I'm only speaking for me. What I remember, we solved a lot of the family problems at the dinner table. You know, we did that whole, what's going on in your day? Well, this sucked or that sucked or this was good or whatever. And we had those talks, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons from doing that.
And see, like I said earlier, I'm part of the problem. I'm not perfect at anything.
Sure, I'm not either.
I want to see. I don't even practice. I mean, I have no idea what my daughter's going to have for dinner tonight or my wife are going to have for dinner. When I was a kid, whatever my mom made is what you fucking ate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you didn't go and get something else.
No, if you didn't want it, too fucking bad.
Be hungry till breakfast.
Going to McDonald's or going out to eat was was a treat. So you ate what the fuck was made in that kitchen, and then if you didn't want it, go to bed. You can have whatever you're having for tomorrow.
Yeah, you can have your fucking corn pops in the morning because you ain't having nothing else.
See ya.
Yeah. Well, that was it. There was an order. There was discipline. There were rules. Now there's none of that. Oh, you don't want to be a boy? Okay, you're a girl. Okay, you want purple hair? Sure, go ahead. I don't want to infringe on that. I don't want to step on you being you. I don't want to infringe on you living your journey. Get the fuck out of here with all this fucking dumb speech. Well, John, do what you're told.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah. And it's gone. It is 100% gone.
And I think that's part of the reason why the country is crumbling the way that it is. Yeah. I think a lot of these kids these days act the way that they do because there is zero parental control. Well, at least in my house, there's some. And, you know, I like to keep the reins at least as close as we possibly can.
Sure.
It's tough because of social media and the internet and everything's out there. Their friends are doing this, their friends are doing that. And it's tough, you know, because even teachers now are letting these kids have so much free reign over what they do during the school days. It wasn't like that for me at school. If I pulled my shirt was untucked, I was staying for detention.
Oh yeah.
Now you probably get in trouble for punishing a kid for having a shirt untucked.
Dude, I can remember doing detention because I forgot to bring a book from back home. Like I took the book to do homework, came the next day, forgot the book, and I get detention for it. So showing up to class without the book.
You can't even control what's going on at schools.
No, not at all.
So these kids are running amok, and you know my daughter will say, "Well, you're just old." No.
Yeah. You're right. We are. We are old, and we know.
We know.
Dude, these are cancer. These.
Oh, yeah.
This is the cancer of all cancers for kids because instead of listening to us, they can just find what they want to believe anyway. If they want to be a girl that really thinks they're a chihuahua, you can go to TikTok and find fucking 5,000 videos of it. And then you can say, well, they're doing it, so why can't I?
Right.
You know, I mean, that is the biggest cancer is these fucking phones.
Phones, social media, all that stuff.
All of it.
A ginormous problem.
Ruin people.
Again, I will say that, you know, I'm a person that fell into that trap because sometimes you don't want to deal with the kid screaming, crying, or when you say no to something, you don't want to deal with the garbage that you have to put up with. And you just stick a screen in front of their face and it shuts them up. Yeah. But then they learn all kind of nasty, horrible things online.
I hate to say it, but we ruined a perfect thing. It was so perfect from like the 50s to like the early 80s.
Yeah.
And then and we're part of the problem because we were right in line with the 80s to, you can just start fucking anything that you want and you don't have to have any worry about it. And you can just slap this plastic on your dick and it doesn't, and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, we were part of it too.
I agree. I'm not saying that I definitely know that.
You know, and that's
the problem is now that the genie's out of the bottle, you're not going to get it back in there.
Oh no, please.
I don't think there's any way to fix this. And that's why you have to look for leadership in your president that can at least try to get some of the stuff pulled back. That's why you need leadership in this country to try to change the direction that we are on. I don't think Kamala Harris is going to change it in a good way. I think she's going to continue the path of destruction, and it's not going to get any better. It's going to get much, much worse.
Yeah. No, I agree. And again, it's because she rules with a feelings thing. She influences based on feelings. We need a business person. As simple as that sounds, and I know here comes the people saying, well, Trump's bankrupted 5 times or whatever the fuck.
Okay,
We need a business person. We need a business person.
I hate when people bring that up. Not you, but when people say, "Oh,
do.
He bankrupted 5 different businesses." Well, you know how many businesses he created that succeeded? He didn't become a billionaire by failing. I hate to tell you, but a lot of businessmen, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that are in that field fail as many times as succeed. You have to fail to be able to succeed.
Look, the laws are in place. If you're a law abider and you use the law to your advantage, why is that a problem? I'll say that all day long. If you don't want people to be able to bankrupt out of debt, then don't have it there to be used. If it's there to be used, why wouldn't you use it?
Well, like Hillary said, when they were debating, Hillary and Trump, she's like, "Well, you use tax loops to get out of paying these taxes," and he goes, "Well, so did you." It's like, well, everybody does. If they have money, they're using whatever advantage they can get to not pay as much, and that's what everybody does, left and right, liberals and Democrats.
Who the hell wants to give the government more money than they deserve? They don't deserve any. Any money we give them is more than they deserve.
I was just going to put that one up.
I would argue it would have been more of a Motley Crue thing than a Bon Jovi thing, but, that's just me.
Fuck that. I have a ex-former boss who I guarantee you is Kamala Harrising Bon Jovi on a day-to-day basis. And by that, I mean blowing the fuck out of him. Because on every single station that they own, there's a Bon Jovi song playing within 15 minutes of each other. It's amazing. The guy, I swear to God, has his balls sewed to this guy's lips.
He is awful too. Ugh. I hate to admit that I was a humongous Bon Jovi fan because he turned into such a douchebag. And have you heard him sing lately? Ooh.
No, I refuse to. I have to just remove him. I think this guy, but.
Matthew?
He's as dumb as they come.
Just leave.
He has no idea. Huh?
Who cares what he says? Doesn't matter.
I know, it bothers me.
Here's
U2 ruined everything.
Hold on. I gotta
agree. U2 also ruined stuff.
Yeah, U2 stinks too. Here's some Bon Jovi. Sounds wonderful these days. Let's see. Here we go.
Good Lord, look how awful these Kamala rallies are.
Look at this. Here he comes.
We gotta hold on. You ready or not? You reach for the fight when it's all that you got.
Woo!
And the fucked up thing is half of our crowd has never heard a Bon Jovi song ever.
I know.
Half those people in the background have never heard what that song is actually supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
So fucked up. And then, have you seen some of these things that she's done with these rallies? Oh my God, Beyonce's going to be there. Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen's going to be there. They're on stage for 3.5 seconds and say goodbye. They don't do anything.
I know. They're not singing, and that's been the. Well, and then the other thing is, look at who she's bringing in as the people to look up to. Like
everybody that's on
Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, who there must have been 100 videos of Nicki Minaj talking about you better pick your guy better because his dick stinks. Did you hear that video?
I did not.
Oh, I'll have to find that for you.
And like every other person that's on her list of celebrities is on Diddy's list.
Yeah, all are on Diddy's list. Let me see here. My X is running slow today for some reason. Nicki Minaj.
That is correct, Bob. They're also being paid a few million just to show up. When you have that kind of money behind you, that's what happens.
Where is that tweet? I can't find it. It's just funny because it was like right after she gave her speech. I vote for Kamala. And then this video came up of her just talking about it. You got to pick your men right because their dicks stink. And it's like, holy Jesus Christ.
She would know about dick stinking. I'm sure of it.
I got a feeling she's got a stench herself. Don't you think that her fucking pants smell like a goddamn garbage disposal?
Philip
Rotten twat.
McCracken.
I'm still looking. I gotta find this video because you're gonna crack up. They might have taken it down. They may have taken it down because it was really bad. God damn it! Why can't I find it? Anyway, go ahead. If I find it, we'll come up with it.
Yeah. Did Sexy Red really endorse Kamala?
Probably. Pound Town. Gonna take it to Pound Town.
Cody's just making that up.
Why wouldn't we go to Pound Town?
Wait, rapper Sexy Red swapped sides for endorsement.
So who's she endorsing now? Trump?
Despite showing her support for Donald Trump last year, the rapper now says she's going to vote for Kamala Harris. Thank the good Lord.
Thank
I
God.
mean, this is like the best news ever when you find out that somebody like Sexy Red is endorsing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has Pound Town, and Donald Trump has Tulsi Gabbard. I think there's a little bit of a difference.
What's the song? Her pussy pink, her booty hole brown, Pound Town. I'm just a fan. I'm just singing her songs.
Look, I will say it is a catchy tune. I got nothing against the song.
It is.
I'm kind of happy that she's voting for Kamala. Kamala's got illegal.
Oh, I'm sorry. No wonder I couldn't find it. It wasn't. No wonder I couldn't find it. It wasn't Nicki Minaj. It was CardiB.
Oh, didn't she fall like on stage? No, she had her teleprompter go out or something.
She had her teleprompter go out and didn't know what to say. Here is some video of what she did have to say.
Video so y'all can keep y'all pussy on WAP. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you bitches got the damn dry ass pussy because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you born with it. It's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas. And y'all bitches is shy to tell these niggas that they dick is hot. You gotta tell babe, yo, your dick smell like mustard, my nigga. You gonna throw my pH balance off. Y'all bitches be fucking these little dirty ass niggas. Y'all be sucking they dick and shit. And y'all be gagging on it. Y'all think y'all gagging on it because the dick is big. But no, bitch, it's because it stink. Another thing is, right, why your pH balance is throwing off, because y'all bitches need to fucking brush your teeth before you suck dick. Y'all eating barbecue ribs the whole day, bacon, egg, and cheese. Then you suck your nigga dick, and right after, he directly put it inside your pussy. Now you got bacon, egg, and cheese grease inside your pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm only giving y'all this advice because I love you. If you don't want to take advice, all right then, bitch. Roll the dice and keep walking around with that dehydrated pussy. Like I said, I love y'all, and this is for y'all to keep the WAP.
See? So vote Kamala.
So vote for Kamala Harris.
So vote Kamala Harris.
She is the perfect endorser for Kamala Harris.
And she brought her up on stage. She brought this person on stage to speak up for her.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
She brought her on stage to speak about voting for her.
See, now, if I was Donald Trump, they run these campaigns all wrong. You and I should be in charge of Donald Trump's campaign because I'd be running that shit all day long. That would be endorser for Kamala Harris would be like the headline on the screen while she's saying that shit, and I'd run that on every fucking TV station that there is.
I would too, and put the beeps in there because then it would sound even more offensive than it is if it can.
I mean, it can't get more offensive, but it would sound more offensive. Yes, put the beeps in. I would just run that all day long. This is who supports Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was great. She's the best.
Yeah. Well, fine. I'm a racist because that's a fucking pig. I don't care if she's black, blue, or green. She's a fucking slutty pig.
And the sad part is there's a very good possibility that tomorrow night, the woman that she endorsed, that fucking lunatic, is going to be the president of the United States.
It would be all beeps. You're right, Cody. I wish that this was like us throwing something at the wall to see if it sticks, but that's who was on stage this weekend.
Yes, but
Endorsing
right.
Kamala Harris. That one.
Scott's right. Follow the sign. She's not wrong, right? I mean,
She may not be wrong.
Look, if you suck a dick that has bacon, cheese, and everything on it, and then after you eat bacon cheese, then your pussy's gonna smell like bacon cheeseburger. Dude, that's the best pussy of all time. I'd eat a bacon cheeseburger pussy all day long. Maybe I should run for president.
No kidding. I'd love to go down on a girl that smells like a fucking McDonald's breakfast menu.
Absolutely.
Great.
Smear that shit all over the place.
That's right. Blah, 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 blah.
That'll be on
See,
Wednesday.
that's my moral
That's
decay.
fine.
Maybe I should be voting for Kamala.
We will talk about that on Minds come on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, exactly.
What to smear all over your vagina so it smells like something Chris and I will eat. On the next edition of the Seth Williams Show on Minds.
Might as well.
You better put that $5 in.
Yeah.
For Wednesday. Hold the pickle. Yeah, absolutely. I would tell before you do no pickles, please.
Now you're adding the pickle.
Is this our freaking country? No, this is not mine. This is our country. This is legitimately our country. That's what we've devolved into. This is what I was talking about before. We used to be a country that other nations looked up to, and now we are CardiB.
I love hearing that kind of as a joke. Like in a comedy club or something, I would love hearing that kind of talk. As a person representing for president, I don't want to hear that.
Right? Look, it's fine for people like us doing a podcast to play that kind of stuff. But she's endorsing the president.
Yeah. Well, and the president, in contrast, is endorsing what she does.
Without a doubt.
The president, or the president, soon-to-be president-elect, is saying, this is the kind of person I want you to strive to be.
This is okay.
Yeah, this is a good person.
Oh, my God, dude. Maybe, I think we're too far gone. After hearing that, we might be too far gone. That is a person that children look up to.
Yeah, it is. I mean, her song is that WAP song, right? The wet-ass pussy?
Her among many others. I think there's a few different people on that song.
So her endorsers are wet-ass pussy and Pound Town.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. And Bruce Springsteen. Don't forget him.
I try to.
and
that makes me sad because I loved Springsteen for a while. But
and Eminem, right? You like his music?
I like M too. Yeah, I still like M. I'll still listen to M. I won't pay for it, but I'll listen to it.
Like if a girl smashed some spicy nuggets down there, then maybe I'd be all right with it. I don't know. But this, oh my God, dude, what have we become?
I haven't turned it into the CMS. I brought up one thing, and it's related to the politics.
Now I'm getting like friend requests from guys that are the only
CMS people.
Yeah, the only mutual friends that I have with them are you. So,
well, hey,
I know they're CMS people.
I'll tell you what, they'll subscribe to Minds if they know that I'm doing the filth.
Well, I love them, so they can absolutely please subscribe to mine because I do the filth there too.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a different filth than me and Neely.
Yeah,
because you're as dirty as I am when it comes right down to it.
Shh. Nobody needs to know that.
Yeah, there you go. Good point, Scott. Good point. There's your free look into Minds. Good point.
$5.
$5.
$5 holla. That's all you get.
Mere $1.25 a week.
Yeah, dude. We need some people to sign up for that shit.
Yeah, we do.
Especially after what I think is going to happen tomorrow night happens. This Wednesday is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. We will have fun. I don't know. We've been having fun lately between the sex and drug talk and the spraying whale shit on the crowd. I mean, what better could we get than that?
After last Wednesday's Minds broadcast, my wife said, "What the fuck did I marry?"
Did she rescind her birthday gift to me or wish?
No,
to me?
you're still okay. She can't hear you talk, and she was just hearing me.
Oh, she just hears you.
Because even my own wife won't subscribe to the
She don't want to know.
No, she prefers to live in a bubble where I'm actually a nice person.
That's so funny.
All right.
Well, thank you, subscriber peoples.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I think this is going to do it for today.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Vote,
please.
God, please get out there and vote Trump tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'd say vote no matter what, because I believe in the voting in this country is the right thing to do, and you should let your voice be heard. But if you're voting for Kamala, I hope you get a flat tire and don't make it to the polls. But other than that, have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Pray for this country because God knows we need it. And hopefully we'll talk to you still in a free land come Wednesday.
Yeah, hope.
Or it's going to be the beginning of not so much of a free land.
Right, exactly.
But thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Oop.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.